Thanks for joining us back here at the PSB Real Deal in the Ville. We join you with this matchup that has just tipped off. Best Choice United taking on Toledo Thunder Black. I'm Marcus Burnett. I'll be joined by Chris Watkins on the mic shortly, as it doesn't take us long to get on the board for both of these squads. Three to 2 is your score. They'll be updating that at the scoreboard shortly. There we go. The Thunder answer right back with the deuce of their own. So they'll get it back with 3 to 2. Mariah Copeland will throw it in to Mariah White. White, a key resource on both ends. She gets the turnover there, though, as it's laid in easily by number 12, Sydney Tucker. So Tucker makes it 5 to 2 in favor of Best Choice. Answering right back, that's the Michigan commit. That's Hampton Bay. Bay, one of the stronger and more athletic players that you'll find here in the PSB Real Deal field. Hesitates for a second, realizes the lane is there, floats it up and in amidst the contact. Hampton Bay ties us up at 5 apiece. Tucker tries to get a 3. Here's Zion Sanders with the offensive rebound. Allie Rife gets it to Anaya Peoples, and Anaya Peoples will get her first trip to the free throw line here in this contest. Peoples definitely a player to keep your eye on. A lot of good talent on this Best Choice squad, but a very formidable 1-2 punch is number 5, Anaya Peoples, and number 10, Caitlin Gilbert.
Talk about Peoples and Gilbert, two of the top players in their class. Peoples ranked number 3 on ProspectsNation.com in the 2019 class, whereas Gilbert's number 14 in the 2018 class. Both 4.5-star recruits, you know, per our ProspectsNation.com staff.
So there's Copeland out to Hampton Bay. Hampton Bay gonna try to step back. Can't get that one to go. Going down to her knees to get the rebound. Good work on the inside there by number 33, Nadia Dumas. Rebounded on her feet even when she fell, was able to avoid the travel and still give her team a shot at scoring. The in and out dribble and the floater by Peoples is no good. Got a couple oohs and ahs, but no bucket. Still a good move. Copeland gets that to Hampton Bay, who's going to be fouled there by Gilbert. Hampton Bay misses the first free throw. We'll have 3 subs coming in for Toledo Thunder Black. Those will be number 22, Rachel Butcher, number 5, Maddie Moyer, the sharpshooter, and number 11, Danny Lawson. Hampton Bay splits the pair of free throws. It'll make it 6 to 7. I don't think anybody caught that screen there being set by Sanders. Hampton Bay, strong enough player to run into it and not be too shaken up, but you want to call out any screen that's being set, let alone if Zion Sanders is setting it.
That's about the worst thing as a defender. You talk about a way to, you know, your teammate's going to get ripped into if you get blindsided on a screen.
Rebound there by Butcher. Unable to hold on to it. A little bit of contact there on the rebound. Officials letting them play. I'm glad to see it as long as it's consistent on both sides. These college coaches are here to watch the kids play anyway, not the refs. As Hampton Bay will be called for the block. That Hampton Bay-Gilbert matchup will be a fun one to watch. It's already been worth the price of admission. 6 to 7. Sanders trying to go to work against Lawson. gets the step and lays it in. Maddie Moyer, her first three-point attempt. Good hustle by Lawson. She saves it. Head coach Keyshawn Johnson tells his team to set. Keyshawn Johnson, head coach for Toledo Thunder Black. Keith Peoples, head coach for Best Choice. And that young lady right there, the aforementioned Mariah Copeland out of Toledo, Notre Dame. She gets a triple. Zion Sanders comes right back with the layup. Sanders with the last 4 points for Best Choice. Skip pass over to Copeland. There's a lot of room for Maddie Moyer. She still can't find the stroke though. Misses her first 2 threes, but definitely don't want to give her that much space. Let's take another look at Copeland. Knocking that down. Sanders able to get a pretty good hand up, but by that time Copeland was locked in. Good hustle there by Allie. That was yeah, it is Allie Rife over there that was able to save it. Peoples can't get that one to stay down. Here's Hampton Bay. Copeland kicks off the back of the rim, but they'll get another opportunity. Copeland 2 for $1 on threes. That one's long. Sydney Tucker with the rebound. They'll throw it out of play. And now number 33, Mackenzie Wood for Best Choice United. Moyer still can't find it from 3. Caitlin Gilbert with the rebound. Gilbert had Mackenzie Wood running, but by the time she made the pass, Maddie Moyer able to come in and get it. Peoples fouled by Copeland. This time last year, we had former Best Choice player Tyasha Harris on SUV TV prior to that commitment to the South Carolina Gamecocks. Great program, adds a great piece there in Harris. He's now 4 for Best Choice. Number 1, Jasmine Floyd now in the game for the Toledo Thunder. Floyd, Lawson, Butcher. Also number 6, Chandra Butler has checked in. And last but not least, number 30, Erica Myers.
Toledo's, they're settling for a lot of threes. You know, you'd like to see them, they can put on the floor, get something easy in the paint. Seems like every other possession they're taking a 3 down here. You don't want to live and die on that. They have a number of tremendous players that can shoot the ball from 3, but they'll get better looks at those threes if they just get in the paint a little bit first.
Yeah, you want to be able to knock them down. I mean, that's Captain Obvious there. You want to knock down your shots, but specifically in this matchup, your misses on these threes, some of these long rebounds, they're just going to serve as outlet passes for Caitlin Gilbert and Anaya Peoples to get going. They've attacked. Some of their shots haven't fallen early on, but those are 2 tough players to contain for an entire course of a game. Gilbert gonna try a 3 here. No good. Nice box out on the inside by Jasmine Floyd. She's giving up a couple inches and then some to Mackenzie Wood. Still able to box her out and get the rebound. Float game nice there for Chandra Butler. That was a nice little floater sound effect, Watkins, and caught me off guard with that, man.
Yeah, you know, I do what I can, just taking it back to my playing days and what I would yell when I shot floaters.
What do you yell when Caitlin Gilbert knocks down a three?
Trey piece.
Trey piece courtesy of Caitlin Gilbert to make it 11-16. Peoples coming back with a layup as well. Sort of what I talked about a minute ago. Play good defense on them up to this point, and some of the shots haven't fallen, but you know they're due and they're coming. As they now have given Best Choice a 7-point lead. Gilbert hesitates, now kicks it into another gear, leaves that one short. They get it to Lawson. Lawson wants it on the block. In need of a lifeline there was Erica Myers. No longer needed as it's been stolen, going the other way is Best Choice. Refs letting them play. Sanders sticking with it and getting the lay in. It's a 9-point lead as Best Choice ends the first quarter on a pretty good note. Caitlin Gilbert, that's way too much space. It's going to be a layup every time. Knocks down the triple. We'll be back with more PSB Real Deal in the Ville. 9-point game in favor of Best Choice. Second quarter underway here. Marcus Burnett joined by Chris Watkins. Thanks for joining us on SUV TV. Coverage of Peach State basketball's Real Deal in the Ville Session 2. This is the Brandon Clay PSB Bracket Championship. And that's Caitlin Gilbert with the ball, the strong move, and the finish.
Showing why our Prospects Nation staff has her ranked so high in our rankings on ProspectsNation.com. With that great finish there, driving hard to the hoop.
Sanders can't get the shot to go. Lawson with the rebound. Now she's looking to push. She's got Rice behind her. Needs to find a guard soon. Luckily for her, Gilbert gets called with the foul, but there's nothing wrong with being able to get that rebound, sort of push it a little bit, but once she crossed that timeline, needs to make sure she gets it in the guard's hands. Butler with another floater, can't get it to go. Lawson with the rebound. Lawson wheeling and dealing, throwing weight around on the inside as Rice takes that one, goes to the deck, and we play on. Like how Lawson is being a lot more aggressive than she was in the game that we broadcasted the other day. Really using that size. They haven't gotten her the ball on the block, but she's getting in, establishing her positioning, and really calling for it.
Yeah, Lawson showing why she's a top 100 player in the country. Future Purdue Boilermaker.
Gonna be able to use that kind of fight in West Lala. Jumpers off the mark. Sydney Tucker trying to save it. had a foot out of bounds there in the attempt. Pass inside to Myers. Here's Butler. Butler misses it. Lawson, Gilbert, and Rife fighting for the rebound. They end up calling a jump ball, and it will go over to Best Choice. 5 freshmen come in for the Toledo Thunder. You got 24, Breland Hampton Bay. Number 41, Mariah White, who I look to make a bigger imprint on this game here with her second stint. Not one of those type of players that you're going to draw a play for per se, but just has an effect on the game with her ability to run the floor, good athleticism and explosiveness, not only on the defensive end, but being able to attack the offensive glass and finish. Had a great game on SUV TV the other day in terms of her individual impact. Also number 33 out there for Toledo Thunder, Nadia Dumas.
See Peoples there doing, one of the things she does best, getting in the passing lanes. Does a great job of using her length. Comes out of nowhere most times, as you see her going ahead and making this play right here on the SUV TV replay.
Scoop and score. As it's now an 11-24 ball game. Coach Keyshawn Johnson does a great job with this Toledo Thunder squad. Feeling like his team needs to give a little bit more out there in terms of how they're playing. Peoples and Gilbert have slowly but surely gotten going. For the Toledo Thunder side of things, the offense has been pretty stagnant over the past few minutes. When Breland Hampton Bay went to the bench, you still have a capable unit in Toledo Thunder when it comes to getting some points. But Sansa Chandra Butler floater. Buckets have been few and far between over the past few minutes. I think Breland Hampton Bay is going to be key. She's got to be a catalyst. And again, Mariah White has to make her presence felt out there. If she's attacking the offensive glass, she has an impact. If you can get a couple more three-point looks from Mariah Copeland, that won't hurt either.
This short zone is really wreaking havoc on the Thunder here. Early in this second quarter, they switched it up a little bit. Go 1-2-2 or 3-2, however you want to call the look. And when you got Anaya Peoples up top and her athleticism and length, it's making it very difficult for the Thunder to get in their offense.
Yeah, Peoples and Gilbert standing up top. I mean, that's a lot of wingspan, reach, and quickness that your guards have to deal with.
I saw something on social media the other day about, why would you play zone during the open period? Coaches want to watch kids guard. That's silly, Act like when you get to college, you're not going to play zone. Exactly. No one plays zone. You can tell that Best Choice, this isn't just some random, hey, go out and stand with your hands up 2-3. This is, their coach put this in place, and you see it's working. They're currently up 15.
Yep. Agreed. I think a lot of times that's a cop-out in terms of, hey, you got to play man. No, if they're playing a zone, it's effective. Coach against it. Get some zone busters going, attack the middle of it, just play basketball pretty much. 15-point game. Gilbert over to Peoples. Here's Destiny. That's Destiny Knight, number 35. Turnover, Hampton Bay coming the other way. Floats that one up off the back of the rim. Allie Rife able to avoid the steal attempt by Hampton Bay and then score on the pull-up. Lead now 17 points. Good anticipation by Peoples, and she's all over that. Challenge by Mariah White. And they call it travel. Good defense by White to get back on that one as well. Have a couple substitutions. As you can see, Peoples that got in that steal was off to the races. Didn't have as much time to keep it going and slow that one down, but you can see White moving those feet, keeping her arms straight up, defending without fouling. But Toledo Thunder unable to turn that into points on the other end. We come up on the 3-minute mark here in the second quarter. 17-point lead, and Anaya Peoples can push it to 19 here from the free throw line. Rebound brought down there by Jasmine Bishop. Bishop to Moyer. Now there's Copeland. Copeland's been quiet since the three-pointer she hit earlier in the first half. Peoples gets the rebound in traffic. That's a tough guard for Bishop. Bishop has good lateral movements. Not criticizing her ability as a defender, but Anaya Peoples is a tough matchup regardless. As you've been able to see with her frequency to the free throw line over the past 2 to 3 minute stretch. Good on the first as Allie Rife checks in. Sydney Tucker still at the scorer's table, so she will probably check in for Peoples after the free throw.
I think if you're the Thunder, this time down the floor, you try to get into Lawson, see if you can get her going inside. Try to see if Hampton can get a good look. Want to try to get something easy on the offensive end.
It's not like Lawson's not doing her job in terms of sealing off and calling for it now. Lawson getting it out there by the three-point line. Now, that's tough.
That's just as good. The Toledo commit, 5'6", 2017, Mariah Copeland.
Now you saw what they were able to do. They gave the ball out to Lawson by the perimeter. She was just looking to get it back, but she still drew two defenders, created some space for Copeland. If you're giving that to her on the block, you're gonna have that same type of effect. Feel like they have to double Lawson if you're able to get the ball inside. That's gonna open up some things for Copeland and others to be able to eat. You see she draws two just out there on the perimeter. Copeland a good 5 feet behind the three-point line, knocking down a much-needed triple to make it a 17-point game.
If you're the Thunder, you know you're still in this in timeout. Starts with stops. Starts with limiting the turnovers. A lot of what Best Choice Mill will do is be able to create turnovers. You know, Peoples at the top of their zone, get out and score in transition. Gilbert creating havoc on the offensive, on the defensive end that's creating offense. Thunder, you know, it's a positive timeout. Don't want to get down on them, just like you know that's what coach is doing. Let's get a stop, then let's get a patient offensive possession. Let's get a stop, get a patient offensive possession, and try to hope that maybe Best Choice will pull out of this zone that it is really limiting them offensively so far outside of Copeland.
Copeland got her second triple of the game there. Pulls them to within 17. See how they can try to manage these last 2 minutes of the first half. If you can make that 17-point deficit a more manageable 10 to 12 points in a much better position. Got to get out of the teens when it comes to that gap. Bishop, she was guarding Peoples, now crossed over by Gilbert. Good help there by Copeland, and she was able to knock it out of play. Bishop was guarding Peoples, now she's guarding Gilbert. Nearly a steal there by Dumas. Newman's trying to turn up the defense. Sanders called for the travel. And she planted hard and went down sort of hard on that one. I hope it's nothing major, but you can see her in a little bit of pain. So they'll check on Zion Sanders. We'll step away for a quick second here at the PSB Real Deal in DeVille. Back here as play is about to resume. Zion Sanders now being attended to with the on-site trainer. Walking gingerly in there, checking her knee area, but was able to get up and be helped off. So we will be resuming play shortly. People's taking advantage of this extra time. Best choice, their largest lead has been 20. The last score by Toledo Thunder Black was a Uriah Copeland three-pointer that pulled them to within 17. We'll be resuming play shortly. We'll step away for a quick second and be back with more PSB Real Deal. Back to the action, Chandra Butler at point for the Toledo Thunder.
Best choice staying in this zone. They're so active.
Bishop trying to get inside to Lawson. Lawson trying to fend off Gilbert. Defense by committee on the inside for best choice and able to come away with the block is number 30, Erica Myers. Myers has it stripped away. Now Lawson has it. Lawson has it ripped by Peoples. Coach Peoples calling for one shot. They got one shot. There was still 26 seconds left on the clock. But they did get one shot. As they'll sub in a fresh 5 for best choice. So there were 6 on the floor, some miscommunication. Miscommunication there for best choice. As if you look back, you got one throwing the inbounds, you got one there going up with the shot, and then you've got 4 there on the floor. So a technical there. Copeland knocks down the first. Can't get the second. Lead cut down to 16. Copeland in and out. That was a good look. 4, but she can't knock it down. A power dribble inside. A good defense by Maddie Moyer.
You don't see Copeland miss many of those.
And that would have been a momentous one there as they could have pulled them to within 13 points. Talked about going in down a more manageable 10, 12 points versus the high teens. If they could have seen that 3 fall, it would have been a different complexion. Breland Hampton Bay has gotten a good bit of rest here over the past 6, 7 minutes. So you can put yourself within striking distance. Possibly down 10, 12, maybe even 13 points. It's a pretty good prospect as far as being able to come back and get this one. Wouldn't be surprised if, once they do get back into this game, cut the gap some, if Toledo Thunder go with a slightly smaller lineup. See if they can push the tempo a little bit more. Even though best choice can run with them, that's the lesser of 2 evils versus having to go against this zone.
You know, there's an old adage in basketball about beating the zone up the floor. Don't allow best choice to get back and set up. Just like, yeah, that's what they need to do right here. Go ahead and beat up best choice here to end the half, although they weren't able to finish it. But you've got to beat the other team up the floor, because if you don't, they're going to lock into that zone, and it's almost impossible for you to score.
End of the second quarter, we'll step away for halftime. When we get back, we'll bring you the second half, 16-point game, best choice over the Thunder. Third quarter about to get rolling here. 16-point advantage for Best Choice. On the floor for Toledo Thunder, Reading Hampton Bay, Jasmine Bishop, Mariah White, Mariah Copeland, and Nadia Dumas. Bishop splitting through the defense, loses the handle. Tough break there as Bishop did a great job of splitting the D, lost the handle once she got there to the third level.
Kind of as you mentioned, should Thunder maybe take the look of going a little bit smaller? It looks like they're doing that. They're going to institute a press, see if they can try to cause some problems for Best Choice on the offensive end.
Good cut there by Gilbert, defined by Peoples. Shot no good, but they'll get another opportunity there off the tap out. Right for three from the corner. Can't get it to go. Destiny Knight with the offensive rebound. And Hampton Bay wrestles it away. Hampton Bay fouled as she tries to split the D. Maddie Moyer will check in for Bishop. Moyer still hasn't found her three-point stroke here in this contest, but will not hesitate if she gets a good look at it, and for good reason. She can knock it down. Copeland follows her shot. Too strong on the follow. Gilbert with the offensive rebound. Out to Peoples. Peoples missed the shot. Rife nearly comes up with another offensive board as Dumas knocks it away. If you're the Thunder, you cannot afford to give second chances to Best Choice. It's easier said than done. That's just part of what will be required if they're able to close this 16-point gap. They've kept it at 16 for a little while. But Sydney Tucker takes a triple to push it back up.
You know, that's what's so difficult. You get something going for yourself on the offensive end and feel like you can cut into it, and then you just have a three drop in like that.
There's the Mariah White that I've talked about all game. Gets the offensive rebound, splits through and lays it in. They can get 4 to 6 points from her. Doing just that. It'll make a big difference. Hampton Bay with the rebound. White looking ahead for Moyer. Moyer gets it to Dumas. Dumas gathers, leaves it short. Offensive rebound, and then she'll go to the line. Dumas misses the first free throw. Gotta have the freebies. As Dumas misses both.
It's so difficult to guard Best Choice when you got both Gilbert and Peoples who have the ability to break you down off the dribble, and then they've got shooters lined up around them.
Sydney Tucker, Allie Rife. and relatively speaking, I don't think they haven't done that bad of a job on Peoples and Gilbert. But like you mentioned, it's just, you know, the total team effort has just been too much for them.
You know, I think it was kind of early when they jumped out to him so fast. You know, it made it difficult for them to really get back in it. You know, when you're already starting, they're talking about the Warriors next season, you know. It's like every team that the Warriors are going to face now, they got Kevin Durant. You're starting down 20 just because of their talent. Well, what happened with Toledo, Best Choice was able to get so many steals in that zone in the first quarter. Toledo's been playing catch-up the whole entire game.
And you saw about a good 5 to 6 minute stretch where they were able to keep Best Choice stuck at 31, but they couldn't get anything going, you know, themselves. They put in a lot of energy to make sure that lead hasn't gotten to a crazy amount. But then they've got to tap into a reserve amount to then try and close the hump. Or close the gap, I should say. They're within 19 now, and they have to have these free throws. The more you can score with no time running off the clock, while your teammates get a chance to kind of catch their breath a little bit, the better. Chandra Butler checks in for Mariah White. And Jasmine Bishop checks in for Nadia Dumas. The defense by Moyer. She cut off the path of Mackenzie Wood. Turnover. Tough turnover there for Toledo. They'll bring in Jasmine Floyd. And Best Choice doing what they do. They make them pay the play after. Laying it in, pushing the lead back to 19. Strong move and finish inside by Danny Lawson. Right, trying to pass that one as Mackenzie Wood was cutting along the back door. Good cut there by Peoples. Pass a little bit low around the shoestrings. Couldn't come up with it. Now here's Moyer. Moyer. That'll be a long two. That's off. Lawson with the strong rebound and finish inside. Danny Lawson. Good sequence there as she does the work from the block.
You know, you're Toledo, you're only down 15 right here. You know, we've seen things happen. We've seen them happen here on SUV TV. As you see the replay, Lawson inside, great move, turning, scoring, using the glass.
As Destiny Knight misses the first free throw. Gets the second to go. A 16-point game. Risky pass right there as Destiny Knight was all over it. Good work by Peoples and Knight with it's good basketball right there. Bishop can't get it to go. You got to be smart with your passes. That was a risky pass on the inside. They steal it. I did a good job of getting rid of that as Moyer was trying to cut the path off Peoples, makes him commit. And a nice lay by Destiny Knight. Good effort there by Moyer. She's had a lot of effort plays here in this game. They haven't all led to points. But defensively, she's done a great job. Look at that rebound. And then the savvy to be able to release that on the way down and make sure it counts. Good work there by Maddie Moyer. Created by great effort. Trying to rebound the ball. Bishop, a power dribble after the offensive rebound. Can't get the shot to go. Here we are at that lucky or unlucky number 16, depending on where you sit, depending on how you look at it. And if you are the Thunder, 16 is that number you've been able to get to with no problem, but have had a tough time really getting under. If your best choice, 16 has kind of been your minimum cushion for the majority of this game. The denial there by Hampton Bay, trying not to let Gilbert get the ball, so you kind of pick your poison.
Great take there by Peoples, going left and then getting around. Lawson there in the paint and finishing with the right. See it right there on the replay.
This is the free throw. Now here's Hampton Bay with a lay-in of her own. And back to 16. Under a minute left to play here in the third. Good defense there by White. And she was able to poke it away. Now here's Moyer, gets it back. And that's Copeland. My apologies. Got the Mariah part right, but the wrong Mariah. That was Mariah Copeland. They can't convert. Peoples does on the other end. 18-point game. Copeland misses the three. Moyer with the offensive rebound. Copeland tries another one. Knocks this one down.
She's been on fire all day.
Coach Peoples, after Copeland took that quick three, says that's what we want. Quick shots. They do not want the offensive board to take place, though, to give her another look at it. So it's a 15-point game. Not giving up. The Thunder, a resilient bunch. They're still fighting. Hand down, man down. Copeland knocks down that triple. We'll be back with the fourth quarter. .15-point game as we start the fourth quarter. Copeland trying to get back-to-back threes. Ice cream.
I mean, you got to find her. I mean, that should have been evident from the first quarter.
And you got Copeland and Moyer out there. You look at what Copeland's doing on one side of the floor. If they can find a way to space it out and get Moyer being a nice 1-2, making the second part of a nice 1-2 tandem out there, they will be in good shape. If we got a foul there, take a look at Copeland. And again, that's the second time Gilbert has kind of went out there to sort of contest it, but not really put a hand up. Copeland teaching lessons, but Gilbert clapping right back with a three of her own. Pushes it back to 15, now inside to Lawson. Lawson with a power dribble and a weight room move. He says, hey, you guys are based in the Hoosier State. I'll be there soon enough playing college ball at Purdue. Tucker with a three-pointer, knocks it down. Destiny Knight pokes away the entry pass. Gilbert kicks it to the corner. Tucker almost an identical spot. The identical spot. Ball stolen away from Lawson. Offensive rebound there by Knight. Knight's tied up and fouled.
Great hustle there on the offensive boards by Knight. Not going to get a step to the line with a chance for two easy ones. Whoa, I guess not.
Yeah,
they called it on the floor. I thought it was on the shot.
I thought so too. Sydney Tucker. Yeah, that's part of what we talked about. I mean, Gilbert and Peoples have picked their spots. They've gotten some buckets this game. They haven't been totally shut down, but it's been a total team effort that has been a big reason why Toledo Thunder just can't seem to close it. White knocks down the first free throw. As the Thunder have really been trying to fight back into this one. You see Lawson, she's been playing hard inside, calling for it all game. Meat and potatoes move inside. Excuse me, I got a bucket to get. A 17-point game now after that White trip to the free throw line. Jumper off the mark, the contest by Lawson. And Destiny Knight picks up a foul. They double, so now Copeland gets another look at it.
Wow.
Flash. Mariah Copeland has caught fire.
You're at the point, I mean, that should be a no help off. You got to be locked in. Don't double down in the post. Let whoever's guarding the post play one-on-one and take your chances.
14-point game, and the best choice has always been able to respond. They were making a run. Sydney Tucker, he has a couple threes there. They come to close out aggressively. She gets them in the air, steps to the side and knocks down a shot, but Mariah Copeland has done a good job of responding as well. Knocking down that last three-pointer. You had two people on Mariah White. Mariah Copeland tickling the twine there in front of her bench. Keyshawn Johnson and the Toledo Thunder Black trying to stick one out. Really trying to steal one here. They have pulled to within 14. Oh, poked away without a play. Hampton Bay trying to crank up the defensive pressure.
Looks like the Thunder throwing a little trapping zone right here, right when best choice cross half court. And it's not gonna matter.
This time it's Allie Rife from that same spot that Tucker was knocking it down from. You get a shot of Tucker there. Rife picking up where Tucker left off. Lawson drawing some attention. Here's Moyer. Moyer can't get the three to go. Rebound by Kate Gilbert.
You know, one thing you got to say about this Thunder team, they're not giving up. They're going to play to the final whistle. They're going to play till the horn goes off. Coach is doing a great job of keeping them up during this game.
Tucker. That was Tucker, then Rafe, then Tucker. And they provided timely response after timely response when this Fighting Thunder team has done what they've needed to do. Peoples inside tonight. I can't get it to go. Hampton Bay will go to the line. Oh man, what a second half, and specifically fourth quarter, Sydney Tucker is having. Somehow with the jumper she's knocked down, she's all by herself in the corner. And that's what happens when she is. So Hampton Bay at the free throw line. They cut it down to as low as 13. And that flurry of triples by both Tucker and Rife kicked it back up to 20. Peoples floats it up. Knight. Knight has been hustling on both ends. Hampton Bay coast to coast. What did they call an offensive foul there? Let's take a look. You can see her looking to go coast to coast. I guess they saw the official had a closer angle, saw, as you can see, Hampton Bay maybe extending the arm a little bit. That's a tough travel basketball call, in my opinion. But you know, I mean, does it shape the outcome of the game? No, but I think both of these teams are playing too hard for that call here. But my 2 cents doesn't matter much. Anaya Peoples, meanwhile, on the other end, knocked down a triple to make it a 23-point game. People's going to try a three. Tucker in and out.
Nice pull up.
Jasmine Bishop. Approaching the final 2 minutes. Bishop trying to get a 5-second. Gilbert and Peoples, 2 ball handlers. That's a tough, tall task against. Timeout on the floor. Minute 32 remaining here in this. Backcourt violation. Going to go against Kristen Young. Good hustle by Bishop, still playing hard. Jump ball. .48 2/10 of a second remaining. Good hustle by Bishop. Sticking with it, continuing to play hard is Jasmine Bishop. Gets the lay in there. There's Caitlin Young. Young kicks it to the corner. 3 ball on the way, knocked down by, I believe that's Adea Moore. No, correction, that's Desai Geisler. Thanks for joining us here on SUV TV. That'll wrap it up. Best choice. Able to hold off or fend off a feisty Toledo Thunder squad. Thanks for joining us here on PSB Real Deal DeVille, Session 2.